All the people we celebrate today, whether they are past presidents or presidents of nations. For instance, look at South Africa, a nation that you cannot talk about until you talk about a man called Nelson Mandela. South Africa and the name Nelson Mandela is synonymous. As a matter of fact, another name for South Africa is Nelson Mandela. What is the secret for the greatness of Nelson Mandela? Even after many years of exit from this world, physical transition from this world to another place, he died in the year 2013. After his transition, he is still relevant. As a matter of fact, Nelson Mandela seemed to be more important and relevant than some people who are alive. What is the secret for that? The discovery of his purpose, his assignment, the reason why he was born, the emancipation of South Africa from apartheid. That was the cause for which he was born, and that was the cause for which he laid down his life and lived his life. And then today a nation was born, and a nation is celebrated because of one man called Nelson Mandela. What about a man called Martin Luther King Jr.? A black American or an African American, I prefer to use the word African American, who existed in a time of racial segregation in America. White folks could not relate with the black folks. Black kids were not allowed to go to the same school that white kids went to. And then a young boy who was a minister of the gospel by the name of Martin Luther found a vision and captured a vision beyond church walls. A vision to lay his life so that he could end racial segregation, racial discrimination in America. And he began to spearhead all kinds of protests, civil rights movement, and then began to have marches across the length and breadth of America and canvassing for a better America, a nation where blacks and whites could stay together and not discriminate against each other. Today we read about his speech many years after the man died. He died at the age of 39. Many years after his exit, he is still speaking in the world. His impact and legacy is everywhere. America has one day that they give to him to celebrate him, national holiday. Every year, Martin Luther King Jr. is celebrated for his impact, for the work he did to end racial discrimination in America. My question to every one of you here is, after you have lived and left this world, what are we going to trace to you? What legacy are we going to look at and say, it was because this man was born, it's because this woman was born that we had this impact in our world? What are we going to trace to you? It takes discovering purpose to live that life of impact, to live that life of significance, to separate yourself from the crowd and build your life to make impact in the world. All the men you celebrate today are men who found out why God created them, why they were born, and they found out the cause for which they were created, and they championed that cause. And today, what about people like Mary Slessor? Some of you know a lady called Mary Slessor. How many of you know Mary Slessor? That white lady who left the comfort of her home in the West and came down to Africa. Actually, it was my country she even came to, Nigeria. At the time Mary Slessor came on board, there was massive annihilation and killing of twins. In Africa, there was a barbaric culture. People believed that if a person is born a twin, it's devilish and satanic. And what people used to do was, when they see twins, they get them and kill them. One lady saw this problem and stepped out of her comfort zone, stepped out of her environment, and then went into Africa and began to preach and sensitize people and let people know that it is a taboo actually to kill people. It's not the birth of the twins that is a taboo. It is the practice of killing them that is a real taboo. He began to let Africans know that twins are a gift from God. There's nothing barbaric about it. And today, twins can live in this world because a woman laid her life down. What is it that you have discovered that God can use you to solve as a problem? That's an indication of your purpose. Your purpose is a reflection of the burden and the thing that causes you pain. Anything you see in your world that causes you pain can be an indication of your calling and your purpose.